Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to Infinite Manifestations. Ever wondered if you are psychic? Albert Einstein realized in the 19th century that everything is equivalent to energy. In other terms, he discovered that everything is created of energy. When you look at life through Albert Einstein's eyes, you see that you, me, the electrical gadget you're reading this on, and the universe you live in are all made out of energy. According to Albert Einstein, when you fit the frequency of the world you seek, you cannot help but obtain that reality. Everyone understands and works with energy because they are formed of it. Psychics use energy to read others. As a result, we all have psychic abilities. You possess psychic abilities. To be able to convey intuitive messages, psychics rely on universal energy, their own intuition, and the energy of others. Psychics don't simply foretell the future. They may also tell you facts about yourself that no one else knows. When you hear the phrase psychic, you might think of someone who can foresee the future or knows things about you without you telling them. There's more to it than that, though. A psychic is someone who relates to or denotes talents or experiences that are obviously unexplainable by natural rules, especially including telepathy or clairvoyance, according to the Oxford Dictionary. To put it simply, a psychic is someone who can anticipate and perceive things about people and life that others cannot. When you go to see a psychic, you may be hesitant to answer some of their inquiries, like providing your name or birth date, since you believe that knowing these details would make their predictions or readings inaccurate. If a psychic asks you questions, it's because they're connecting to your energy and usually getting a sense of the energy you emit. The more open your energy is, the simpler it is for the psychic to give you a more accurate reading than if you withhold information from them. This also does not imply that you must tell the psychic everything about yourself. The more you resist, the more likely it is that the psychic's messages will be misaligned. This does not imply that a psychic is a scam artist. It simply implies that the psychic is having difficulty connecting to your energy, which might happen for a number of reasons. 1. The psychic is not as instinctively linked to oneself as you believe they are. 2. You, the client, are restricting your energy in some way, intentionally or unconsciously. But maybe you don't need any psychics because you yourself have your own psychic abilities. By the way, everyone has those psychic abilities. Some are stronger than others. We are all familiar with our 5 physical senses, but we may also employ our senses in a more subtle and energetic manner. Clairvoyance is an extrasensory perception or psychic skill that is also known as the sixth sense. This is a sensation related to our connection to an experience of realms other than the physical. Clairvoyance is an extrasensory perception that permits one to get direction or insight through visuals seen through the mind's eye or third eye. A competent psychic first and foremost has a deep intuitive connection with themselves. They are conscious of their intuitive powers and their reading limitations. Psychics aren't as costly as you may believe. Sure, they may have information about you. It's because they're picking up on your vibe 99% of the time. They have also spent time honing their intuitive talents in order to offer their reading. If you want to learn more about that stuff, please give this video a thumbs up so I know I have to create more videos about that topic. Now, clairvoyance is a method of gaining access to nonlinear information through visuals. This is an exciting topic that can help us understand more about our less recognized but innate skills as humans to detect energy and information. We explore 10 signs that can indicate that your clairvoyant abilities are active or currently activating, as well as ways to develop and strengthen clairvoyance. The term clairvoyance derives from French and means clear vision or clear seeing. This is the most basic and effective technique to comprehend clairvoyance. It is the capacity to see clarity and insight through various visual impressions. This can relate to both inner visions experienced within your mind's eye and clarity in how you interpret information received through your physical eyes. It's all about comprehending and perceiving the deeper meaning, symbolism, or direction in what you see in your mind and in the environment. Clairvoyant images are most typically experienced within the mind and can be fairly subtle. Clairvoyance can contain a great deal of symbolism, which you can decode using your intuition, context, or research. Clairvoyance is frequently reported during dream states because sleep is a period of relaxation and openness during which we may more easily contact other realms. Although it is less frequent, clairvoyance can be experienced in the form of visions superimposed on physical reality, or some people can see energy in the shape of auras and non-physical light entities. Clairvoyance has been recognized throughout history in many civilizations and religions. We have the innate potential to acquire psychic information as humans, but our awareness, trust, and use of these skills varies widely. Some people are more drawn to and intrigued in extrasensory sensations. Some people are born with clairvoyant ability and may identify as such, allowing them to substantially benefit others. Clairvoyance may also be a very delicate an individualized form of guidance. Because clairvoyance is only one of the clair experiences that we may access, it is also likely that you are predisposed to receive extrasensory information through other human senses. Some people may be more inclined towards clairvoyance, while others may more effectively perceive extrasensory information through clairaudience, claircognizance, and clairsentience. We can also sense by combining various methods in order to gain clarity, guidance, or instructions. We may all focus on and grow clairvoyance or any of the other extrasensory experiences. What are the signs that can indicate that you are actively clairvoyant, have experienced clairvoyance, or that you have a natural inclination toward clear seeing that you can choose to harness? You don't have to encounter all of these indicators to realize you're clairvoyant or to decide to enhance your gift. If you have several of these markers, it may imply that you are inclined to receive direction through clairvoyance. The first and most evident indicator of clairvoyance is that you have had visual awareness in your mind's eye, whether awake or dream, or through any other visual medium that informs you of a past occurrence. You will have a sensation that the knowledge did not come from your own thinking, and the vision will check out to be true after some type of confirmation. This can be an indication of clairvoyance. You may also experience this by obtaining information about upcoming events or current occurrences that you may observe remotely. Visualization is the capability to create images that express information, either in your head or through imaginative physical representations utilizing a wide range of materials. Visualization is frequently associated with artists, designers, and creatives. It is also related to active meditation and manifestation techniques. If you find visualization simple and entertaining, it is likely that you are clairvoyant and may easily fine-tune this skill. Visualization is nothing else than having a mind movie with open or closed eyes. Clairvoyant psychics and mediums often see figures and events in their mind's eye, almost like a movie being projected onto a small screen. Clairvoyance is known as clear vision, but sometimes the messages conveyed clearly are in the form of symbolism or imagery that only you or a certain scenario would understand. Symbolism may be defined as the expression of an idea or message in an indirect manner. It is about seeing beyond the image surface level and into the deeper meanings and connections that may fit within a certain setting. Symbolism can be communal, instinctive, cultural, tribal, religious, regional, or highly personal. Another indication of clairvoyance is a natural curiosity in learning about and decoding visual signs. We all prefer different methods to acquire information as humans. Another evidence of clairvoyance is if your preferred method of learning is through visual learning approaches. Visual learning is all about seeing knowledge in order to learn it. This might involve communicating and learning via images, films, colors, graphics, and maps. If you have this learning style, you will most likely be able to efficiently receive extrasensory sensations through visual representations. Clairvoyance might be reflected by an open third eye chakra. When the third eye energy is open and balanced, you may use your clairvoyant talents more effectively. The third eye is our chakra, and it is associated with our inner vision, insight, and intuition. This chakra is even related to our pineal gland, which has a biological and energetic function in our ability to imagine and experience several dimensions. Meditation creates a state of openness and connection with the spiritual consciousness of existence. If you see spontaneous pictures or visions while meditating, this might be an indication of clairvoyance. We're not talking about purposeful guided visualizations during meditation with this indicator, but rather pictures, flashes, or visions that you appear to absorb passively and intuitively believe have a deeper message or meaning for you to focus on. Of course, when your clairvoyant talents improve, you may use meditation to consciously open yourself to clairvoyant insights concerning certain circumstances or persons with proper respect and consent. You are also in sync with your intuition, which is another sign of clairvoyance. Intuition is the capacity that allows us to comprehend or guide ourselves without using conscious thinking. Intuition may be thought of as your inner compass or gut instinct. Trusting your intuition is a crucial aspect of clairvoyance since you may need to distinguish between visions and your imagination at times. Clairvoyants use intuition to recognize and feel when they are getting a meaningful vision or image. When it comes to deciphering messages from your visions, intuition is also extremely significant. If you can see human, animal, or plant auras or non-physical creatures, orbs, or light streams, this is a clairvoyant sign because it implies that your ability to imagine, interact with, and comprehend non-physical dimensions is quite active. The next one happens to me all the time. Dreaming is a state of awareness in which we explore in a more ethereal state of consciousness with considerably less resistance, and hence better access to non-linear information. Clairvoyance is commonly experienced during the dream state. These dreams are generally highly vivid, allowing you to immerse yourself in the vision and absorb a lot of information. Clairvoyant dreams are transmitted to you for a cause, therefore you are likely to recall them upon awakening, or perhaps be roused by the dream owing to the clarity and intensity you experience. Nonlinear time states that time is relative, traveling more slowly if an item moves quickly. Events do not occur in a predetermined order. There is no longer a single universal. A more flexible sense of time goes hand in hand with clairvoyance, since information received through clairvoyance frequently exceeds the normal constraints of time. In the present, accurate knowledge about the past or future is accessed. Whether your clairvoyance is currently active or if you are choosing to tap into these abilities. If you are drawn to this type of visual knowing, here are some practices you may perform to hone your skills and learn how to analyze the images you get. You will be able to see around corners and imagine a different reality for yourself if you practice these skills. The following points can assist you to both develop and strengthen your clairvoyance abilities. The realization that you have this skill, as well as your purpose to use it, will naturally cause you to be more open to and attentive to your extrasensory visual sensations. Maintain and strengthen your connection with your source, God, higher awareness, and the non-physical dimension that gives rise to all that is through your own practices of choice. Trust yourself, since your clairvoyance connects you as a channel or receiver of guidance. Draw your childhood home with colored pencils, crayons, or markers. Color each room, each window, and the front lawn with your ideas. Were there any dogs, cats, deer, or other creatures present? Do you have any memories of gardens or trees around your house? Include as much color as you can. How would you tint the sky? Try not to be overly pessimistic. This practice is designed to help you hone your creative abilities. Don't restrain yourself or second-guess your color choices. Allow your imagination to go wild and choose whatever hue inspires you, whether realistic or not. Working with color can help you improve your clairvoyance, since your selections mirror your feelings. For example, you may be drawn to light hues to evoke good memories. Dark colors may represent anxiety or fury related to the image you are sketching. When you believe your drawing is completed, consider what it reminds you of. Do you have any idea why you picked those specific colors? What do the colors you choose reveal about the emotions you connect with the house? In your journal, write down everything you feel and remember. Actively practicing visualization through guided meditation, art creation, daydreaming, or any other visual activities that interest you. Confirm your visions everywhere possible to boost your confidence. You will gradually learn to distinguish and intuit the sense of a vision as opposed to a daydream, regular dream, worry, imagination, and so on. Keep a dream journal to improve your capacity to recall your dreams. This can also assist you in learning to understand symbols and keeping track of which of your dreams were visions that supplied actual information. Opening and balancing your third eye chakra. You can develop and strengthen clairvoyance by caring for this energy center. When you know you've had a clairvoyant vision, you have a few options, which will most likely rely on the specifics of the vision. You must judge the seriousness of the problem. And if the information in your vision is useful, you must share it and do what you can to assist. Take some time to consider several readings of the message, especially if it appears more symbolic. You can opt to share your vision with those who are engaged if it feels right or if they are actively seeking your advice. When it comes to any knowledge, attempt to figure out how it is directing you toward greater awareness and progress. You are receiving the message for a purpose, which may or may not be revealed right away. Whenever possible, use your clairvoyant senses to guide you toward the best outcomes for everyone concerned. Again, when it comes to all areas of clairvoyance, our intuition is crucial. You can utilize your intuition to determine what to do or not do in the case of a clairvoyant vision. Be open to receive, and I hope to see you in my future. If you want to learn more about a different clair, check out the next video.